Our brains always think in duality. Our brains recognize in duality. Our brains can only comprehend in true duality. In other words, my brain can only grasp up if it knows down. It cannot understand one without the other. It needs the duality. The brain doesn't comprehend left without right, in without out, light without dark, problem without solution. The human brain cannot identify a problem without it knowing what the solution is. So what? Can I say that again? Your brain can only identify a problem if it already knows the solution. Who's got a window in their room? Can you see a window somewhere? If that window pane had a massive crack running through it, how would you know the window's cracked? Rochelle? Rochelle?
I'll see the crack.
No. No, you won't. If the only way you know that it's a crack is because your brain knows what it looks like without the crack. So what you're picking up is the one side compared to the other side. You're seeing something, but you know that's what it should look like. Duality. I see the problem, but I know the solution. Your brain doesn't identify a problem without it knowing the solution.
Makes sense.
If you, now here's the problem. There's a huge amount of people that when they see a crack on the windscreen, they get fixated on the crack. Oh, look at the crack. The crack's huge. I wonder if the crack's going to grow. Where did that crack come from? I wonder who caused that crack. Damn, this crack. And they get absolutely fixated. And some of you guys saw a different crack when I said that, right? I know. Yeah. They get absolutely fixated on the crack. So much so that it becomes very difficult for the brain to recognize, but there's a big part of the window that doesn't have a crack. Some people get so fixated on what's gone wrong or what can go wrong that they don't allow their brains to tell them what the solution is. It's already inside of their brains. When my client comes in to me and they verbalize a problem, it's not my job to give them the solution. It's not my job to advise them on what they should do. If you believe that you're going to give people solutions and advise them, you're operating from ego. Get over yourself. You actually don't know enough about someone else's life to be able to give them solutions or advice. Hello? That's ego talking. That's not how we coach. When my client comes in and they've got a problem, it's not my job to give them advice. It's my job to get them into a position, and I'll teach you guys the techniques, so that the solution that's already inside of them comes to the surface and they become aware of it. If I believe I need to give them advice, I need to believe I know more about their lives and I'm better at their lives than what they are. Number one. Number two, if you are going to give someone advice, a complete stranger that's come in and seen you for the first time, are you prepared to take accountability for the outcome and the results? But if the client comes in and it's my job to assist them, because that's what it is, but I coach them so that they come up with their own solutions, their own answers. And I do it properly because there's a whole process to it, and I'll teach you guys that. Have I not now stimulated certain parts of their brain, the neural networks that now comes up with solutions? Have I not allowed them now to become better versions of themselves and possibly in the future resolve their own issues and problems already as well? Oh yes, that's true empowerment, is putting them into a position where in the future they don't need me. A lot of coaches love making them clients dependent on them. Why? Because you're chasing the money, you're missing the point. Those clients are not going to come back. Be a magnificent catalyst of change. And people will send you references. You'll be busy as can be.